Welcome everyone to this short presentation giving you a little more detail about what you and your child can expect this year. If you already have a child in the school, much of it will be familiar to you. If this is your first child coming to Gourock Primary, please don't panic, you will soon pick up the ropes. So my name is Miss Meakin and I am the class teacher. And working alongside me is Mrs McLean, who is a classroom assistant. Mrs McLean's role is to help raise attainment, so she often works with individual children or small groups to consolidate some of the learning, or indeed offer more challenging tasks to some children. So let's have a brief look at the main components of the literacy and numeracy programmes, and we will also look at the homework tasks linked to them. When it comes to teaching the children to read, we use a phonics programme. The children will learn 2 new sounds a week. We work in 3-week blocks, and then we have a consolidation week. One of the resources we use to teach the children the sounds is called Bug Club, and this is also what we use for reading books. The children will also bring home a sound jotter, which will have a little picture and an action to help them remember the sound. They also learn a little song to go with the sound. What we ask for homework is that they go over all of the sounds every night. In class, we use magnetic boards to teach the children to build words. Obviously, we can't send these home, but we do give the children what we call their sound ring. Every week, we add the new sound and a little list of 3 words, and you can use the letters on the sound ring to practice making and reading the words at home. We also add what we call look and say words to the sound ring. They come in sets of 5 or 6, and as the children learn each set, we add new words. We test them weekly on these words and add little stars to their sound jotter if they know them. We start off with pink words. These are the words that are linked to the children's reading books, so super important to practice, practice, practice. As I have already mentioned, the reading programme that we use is called Bug Club. It is an online resource, and at first you may find this a little odd, but you will get used to it. We use 2 types of reading books: phonics books, which mostly contain words that the children can sound out, and core readers. The core readers are where we really get into the nitty-gritty of learning to read. In class, we use hard copies of the core readers, so each child has their own book that they can focus on. Once we get started, the children will have 1 of each type of reader every week for homework. This is what your child will see when they log into Bug Club. They would click on My Stuff, and anything that I have allocated for them will be there. If you remember at the beginning, I said that we use a phonics programme to help learn initial sounds and some common words. This programme also encourages us to develop letter formation as we are learning the sound. Now, some children will be very ready to start writing and others won't. Children need to have good fine motor skills before they can start to write letters. Anything that you can do to develop fine motor skills will help. Things like playing with clothes pegs, Lego blocks, Play-Doh, colouring in. Don't worry about pencil grip or writing before they come to school. Believe it or not, it is actually easier for us to start from scratch teaching letter formation than trying to undo incorrect formations that the children may have picked up. Talking and listening is hugely important, and the children will get lots of opportunities through their play to develop their vocabulary and questioning, Some children can find it difficult at first to sit and listen during teaching times, and that will be a big focus at the beginning when they come to school. Establishing the rules when an adult is talking to them. Very important for all learning. Learning French is now part of the literacy curriculum, and we start that in primary 1 with basics like hello, how are you, saying their name, etc. The children normally really enjoy this and they pick it up very quickly. Moving on to numeracy now, in the last couple of years for number work, we have been using a programme that we call SEAL, which stands for Stages of Early Arithmetical Learning. It is a really thorough, detailed programme that moves the children step by step. At the beginning, we concentrate on things like forward and backward numbers to 20, ordering numbers, counting items, finger patterns. Most of the maths work is very active, although we do use workbooks to help the children get started on number formation. Number work is a big focus, but children will also tackle other areas like learning the days of the week, telling the time using o'clock and half past, reading simple charts, etc. Interestingly, one of the areas that we find they can struggle with is positional language, like behind, in front, left, right. So this is something that they could be practicing at home all the time. The children usually get maths homework once a week, and at the beginning it does tend to be focused on number formation, although we may also ask them to practice some skills from SEAL or consolidate some other maths area that we have been working on that week. Health and wellbeing is a major part of the curriculum, and although we cover a range of topics in primary 1, things like road safety, healthy food choices, what to do in emergencies, by far our biggest focus is on developing the children's mental, emotional and social well-being. So that's things like learning to share, play safely and kindly with others, especially in the playground, learning to take turns, understanding that they can't always be first, and so on. And you will hear the children talk a lot about bounce back. This is a resource that originated in Australia, hence the kangaroos, and it helps the children to be more resilient and able to face challenges and changes in their lives. We use the word bounce back as an acronym, and so we learn things like bad feelings go away again, other people can help if you talk to them, unhelpful thinking makes you feel more upset, and so on. Your child will join one of the schoolhouses, Macintosh, Fleming, Quarrier or Watt. If they have a big brother or sister in school, they will be in the same house. The children can earn house points, with the winning house rewarded at the end of each term. The children will have 2 sessions of PE a week, and we will add days and times to homework diaries once we have them. To start with, the children will only change their shoes, again so that we can establish quick routines. Please, please, please put their names on all items and practice with your child getting changed, folding their clothes and putting their gym shoes and shorts back into their gym bags. We recommend a polo shirt on gym days instead of a shirt and tie. The other topics that we study in primary 1 are not set in stone. We usually like to get to know the children and their interests before deciding. However, you can expect them to look at areas such as the weather, forces, the senses, transport. I've been mentioning as I've gone along the sorts of homework tasks that you can expect throughout the week. I think what I would like to stress is that repetition is very, very important in primary 1. Going over and over the sounds and words, taking time to read Bug Club books more than once, and looking for lots of opportunities to practice number skills really pays off. We introduce the work in class, but the consolidation at home makes the difference. So just a few other wee points to help us all along the way. We really encourage the children to be as independent as possible. So please practice with zips and buttons so that they can do up their own coats. Also, let your child practice their school bag on, putting their school bag on, especially when they are wearing their coats. Try not to let their bags get too heavy, and we ask that they don't bring toys to school. We go to the toilet before playtime and lunchtime, and obviously the children will be able to manage all aspects of this on their own. There will be a huge emphasis on good hand washing technique, and they should practice this over the summer holidays. The children will get 10 minutes to eat their snacks before they go out to play. A piece of fruit is ideal, and the children will only be allowed to drink plain water in class. Please take some time each morning to talk to your child about their choice of lunch. Please don't write it in the homework diaries, as we won't have looked at them by that time. Inside your homework diary is the best place to return any letters or forms from school. You can also use it to write any wee notes, ask questions, or arrange a quick meeting. We try to have the children ready to leave on the first bell at 3:10, and this is a great time to catch me if you have any worries or questions that you would like answered. Have a great summer, and we will see you all in August.